Hello, my name is Liam and I am going to talk about TV idents. So what is a TV ident? A TV ident is a short clip that plays for a few seconds before a program starts, informing the viewer of which channel they are currently watching. So what is the purpose of a TV ident? The purpose of a TV ident is to provide a channel with an identity. Not only that, it's used to break the gaps between programs and is a good way for the channel to attract an audience. Idents show the type of program genre that particular channel shows, and this is reflected in the tone and style of the ident. An ident is also used as part of a promotional sequence, which is a good opportunity for marketing and a critical part of a TV station's brand identity. Now I am going to talk about 3 different idents in more detail. The 3 idents I have chosen to talk about are shown on the following TV channels: BBC One, BBC Three and Channel 4. First of all, I am going to talk about BBC One's ident. In 2006, BBC One refreshed their idents from being dancers to show movement and rhythm, which was launched in 2002, to a simple circular themed ident. In 2009, they re-edited the hippo ident, which now still shows the hippos swimming in a circular formation. However, the BBC circle appears in red, which indicates the brand colour of the channel. This ident is made up by a mixture of real life footage and CGI. The ident has a circular theme, as you can see the hippos swim to create the BBC circle. This is also a historic reference to the BBC heritage. The circle represents bringing unity and worldwide coverage. The BBC One hippo ident's tone and tempo is subtle, calm, and has a flow and pace with the music. Because of this, it can be used for various different programs. The density of information in this ident is simple in comparison to others such as the BBC Three or E4, which doesn't overwhelm its audience. BBC One aims to target everyone, showing different types of programs to connect everyone worldwide. The ident that was used in the 1960s symbolises this, as it has the globe used in its TV idents. The current hippo ident could attract any type of audience, as it's family friendly and versatile with any age or gender. The music used is a known jingle from this channel and is used in all idents. This highlights the screen tempo relating to the tone and style. The typography used for this BBC ident is still in boxes, which gives the audience who have watched it for years acquaintance with what channel it is, and keeps its originality to the channel. BBC has now evolved and has got more than one channel. This is why the one is bigger and in bold font to show it's BBC One. Now I'm going to talk about the idents from BBC Three. BBC Three was first launched on the 9th of February 2003 and is an exclusively digital channel. The rebrand of the channel in 2016 doesn't actually show that you were watching BBC Three, as according to BBC News, some of its audience has criticised that the new logo looks more like Roman numerals for BBC Two. BBC Three had replied to this criticism, saying that the new logo would represent what the channel believes. The first bar in the logo means make me think, the second means make me laugh, and the exclamation mark means give me a voice, which is in order to attract a younger audience. And this is shown in the idents, the way the logo goes into various different objects, such as headphones and a tablet. This feature could also be used because BBC Three is now only an online channel. This makes BBC Three distinctive from terrestrial TV channels. The technology used for BBC Three rebrand ident is all done by CGI, as there is no real-life footage used in their idents, which could represent the channel as it's always been a digital channel. Now I'm going to look back at BBC Three's first ident in 2003. BBC Three ident uses characters called blobs, which look like claymation, but in fact they are completely CGI generated. The reason behind the characters is to attract young people aged between 16 to 34. However, the characters could appeal to a younger audience. The characters used have a charming, funny and cheeky personality.
Some get stuff.
This is to purposely attract the 16 to 34 age range. This is also shown on their new ident as the channel has evolved over time and has grown with its audience. More relevant graphics and technology are used to keep up with the modern times. Also in the new ident, BBC Three has been given a soundtrack to replace the voiced characters. The music in the ident is an electronic and digital type of music that goes well with the high tempo graphics shown. This goes well with its online platform since it's moved from the TV to online services. BBC Three evolved its logo and ident to show its generational move. Since moving onto the online platform, they have created a different corporate identity for the audience to associate BBC Three with the new ident. Looking back at BBC Three's first ident, it has large 3D blocks illustrating the word 3. This provides better opportunities for the producers to film more information into a smaller space and could also represent the channel being BBC Three having a 3D effect. This ident also shows the BBC Three logo in the bottom right corner. Comparing to the online ident, there is a lot of graphics shown in the ident which makes it more appealing, entertaining, exciting, busy and interesting channel. The audience may have took a surprise when seeing the new ident because it has dramatically changed and they would find it hard to associate to BBC Three. Now I'm going to talk about Channel 4's idents. Channel 4 first launched in 1982, which is a public service broadcaster, which basically means that the channel is totally for the viewers' benefits rather than being totally on commercial interest, even though the channel is commercially funded. The ident used for the channel in 1982 is the number 4 that simply deconstructs by spinning around to go back into the shape of a 4. The classic ident helped to establish the brand for the channel so that today's audience still associate the blocks to the channel to this day. The logo has 5 different colours: blue, green, red, orange and purple, and was designed by Lambinaire. Channel 4's remit is represented in 4 different colours, in which these 4 colours were also part of the logo back in 1982. The 4 colours were blue, which was to represent statutory public service remit; orange, to represent social enterprise model; green, to represent publisher broadcaster; and red, to represent the state-owned public service broadcaster. However, in 1996, Channel 4 logo had evolved, not including any of these colours, but still included the blocks that make up the number 4. In 2015, Channel 4 evolved with a fresh new look. After 10 years of the 4 being incorporated into abstract scenes such as the hedges or the buildings, they still contain the blocks that make up the number 4. However, they are now disconnected and not noticeable to the eye. The new idents engage the viewer to think, as you have to look closely at each ident to notice the blocks, and each of the 4 idents have the same type of theme. The ident was a bold move, as Channel 4's corporation felt that just having the blocks in its idents would be enough for the viewer to associate with its ident brand. James Walker who is the head of marketing for Channel 4, said the aim of the rebranding of the channel is to show the broadcaster as diverse, challenging and emotive, in line with its public service remit. Channel 4 is known for challenging and pushing the limits in television broadcasting, and this reflects in both its programming and its IDENTS. Now I'm going to conclude this. Media producers define their audience by analysing the research data found on BARB, which is a type of quantitative research. They don't always rely on this one type of research, as they also use focus groups, which is a type of quantitative type of data collected. Audiences are split into different categories known as demographics. These include age, gender, social economics. For example, A grade would be someone who works as a doctor or a judge. Marital status and geographical location. The use of IDENTS give the channel a variety of different opportunities, such as to make a creation of a corporate identity in context of branding, to display text-based information relating to its channel, and to appeal to a specific target audience. It is clear that the purpose and design of each ident is for marketing to draw in an audience and attract them to their channel. However, idents also have limitations, and sometimes no matter how much research is done, they can have less impact and lose their appeal. The types of limitations include the typography used, home television resolution and aspect ratios, the amount of money spent on them, and also the time spent on creating them can be costly for the TV broadcaster. TV idents help to encourage brand loyalty so that in the future an audience will bond and stay with the channel within their lifetime. Thank you for watching my video essay on TV idents.